give your wife an extra hug for me?
I'll let her give you a hug tomorrow. How about
Oh,
that?
that'd
I'm
be
going to
great.
bring her
Well,
here.
I'll take it. You'll be sorry.
You didn't.
The great Lily Tomlin.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you a lot. My great pleasure.
Really
Thank
is.
you.
But I had no idea that this interview was going to go so deep and so sweet.
I really do think you could talk a dog down off a meat wagon myself.
Really?
You're a good talker. I'm telling you.
thank you
I
very
think
much.
you could probably outdo me a little bit.
I'm a big country music fan. That's one of the reasons I'm a fan of Burt Reynolds, because you love country music.
I do. I love those people. WW was a thrill for me because I was at the Ryman, walking around backstage and bumping into people that, they're always surprised when you meet country stars that you know their name, you know who they are. You're a big fan of them. You know the songs they've recorded. And country stars think, well, that's another world that he's in. He's in the motion picture business. We're in the country music. But for me, I grew up a Hank Williams fan, and, sang all those songs and the talent. I think I sang the Lovesick Blues really badly and came in second.
Really?
Which gives you a pretty bad idea about how much talent we had.
And of course, speaking of country music, you worked with one of the biggest of them all, Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
What was that like?
She's everything you would hope she would be and more. I never had so much fun. What a great, and I say this, broad, if you can accept that word. What a great broad. I mean, there's nothing that seems to surprise her, shock her, get her out of sorts. She just comes in a room and it's sunshine. The whole room lights up. She's a major star. When I met her the first time, I was interviewing people in Nashville for a special. And that was when she was with Porter Wagner. And I said to her, "You're going to be a movie star." And she just, turned all rosy and said, "You're crazy." And I said, "No, I'm not. You're going to be a movie star. And probably get billing ahead of me."
Well, you got to share the billing a little bit. You know that Don Williams song? If you see Burt Reynolds,
Yeah,
would you shake
course
his
I
hand
do.
for me? Tell old Burt I've seen all his movies. I have seen all your movies.
Thank you.
I love every one of them.
Thank you. You're very kind. Please give your wife an extra hug for me.
I'll let her give you a hug tomorrow. How about
Oh,
that?
that'd
I'm
be
going to
great.
bring her
Well,
here.
I'll
and-
take it. You'll be sorry.
Well, thank you. And Scott, I had no idea that this interview was going to go so deep and so sweet. It really, really is. I appreciate you hanging on to these things, a part of our family. And to be here in your stomping grounds in your area here in Peoria, this is just, I've been waiting for this night to get here because it's been on my calendar for about 6 or 8 months. And it's finally here, and you just, the icing on the cake.
Well, thank you very much. Linda Davis, you know what? Some things are meant to be. Scott England, News Center 17.
You didn't.
I did. Now we're gonna
That is neat.
for real.
This is for real.
And
I
this
got
is a-
that in England.
In England.
I purchased that in England at the Laura Ashley shop.
First time we ever met. This would have been 22, 23 years ago. Take a look at that guy.
That's great. Can I do this?
You can't. They'll have a close-up of it. There we were 22 years ago, I think.
Those were the days, my friend.
This is a few years later in my radio days. I have a mullet, and you're in a gorgeous wedding, or not a wedding gown, but a gorgeous gown, and I'm in like a flannel shirt.
I love that.
For the years with Crystal.
Well, that's very sweet.
And the guys were really smiling when I showed them this picture of me with the group in 1984.
When you look at those shorts, what were you thinking?
I'm thinking, what was I thinking?
My wife and I have seen Exile in concert 50 times. We've become so close that they've given us the coat off their back.
You guys played the first Farm Aid and a number of other Farm Aids.
Yeah, we did. We absolutely did.
And this is your coat, your Farm Aid coat, Les.
It used to be, yes.
And 20 years ago, you gave that coat to my wife.
Yes.
And now my daughter has taken it over.
That's
I can't tell you what an honor it is to know that there's somebody like you out there. You know, it's just, I think you were, what, 19 when you first saw us? It's pretty incredible, man.
Traveling Central Illinois from A to Z with my all-time favorite group, Exile, Scott England, WAND, Storm Center 17. One picture they will not see in the book is the one we're going to show right now. Do you remember when this was taken about, well, this was in the 80s. You remember where this was?
Well, it was actually I think, yeah, late 80s, early 90s
Yeah.
in Nashville on
Country
a show I
Kitchen.
did. Country Kitchen.
Your cooking show, and I was sitting in a chair and you're there in your cowgirl outfit, and I had really bad hair. You looked beautiful there, and you still look beautiful
Well, I'm
today.
sure that was that was my country period, Scott. I had real big hair and you know, my little Western clothes. But I loved doing that show. I did it for 9 years.
You are great at everything you do, Florence Henderson. We thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all of the years of entertainment you've given so many people.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate your taking the time, and maybe I'll see you in the fall when the book comes out.
Look forward to it. You know, I'm a big Lily Tomlin fan. These are some items from my collection here. We're gonna go back through memory lane here a little bit. There's Edith Ann, and you see where I bought that record?
Pennies.
I don't even think they sell records anymore at Pennies.
Probably not. That's great. Those old albums. This is 72 and this is 71.
And there she is.
Ernestine
And how
Sumner.
many times a day does somebody come up and say, and I've been waiting all this time to say this. I've been waiting a lot of years to say, one ringy dingy,
Right.
two ringy dingies.
They still do it. Yeah, they still
Every day.
snort.
You have to put up with it.
If I'm out and about, yes, you know, and I also get a lot of raspberries too, and you know, people still say things to me like, oh gosh, my mom used to, you know, put me and my sister to bed at night, and she'd do Edith Ann, and I grew up on it, or I did it in the Miss Junior America contest or something, and I won in Omaha, and you know, so it was great stuff like that. Totally.
Now, what is it like when you go to the newsstand in 1977
Right.
and you see yourself on Time magazine?
Well, you know, it doesn't really have a lot of reality. I was just about to open on Broadway the first time when that magazine cover came out, and I went out of rehearsal and I saw it on the stands, you know, and I thought, well, you know, I don't know for sure that I'm on the cover of Time. This could be like, my friends could have made up a bunch of covers, because I was so busy in the theater that I rarely got outside, and I thought they could just fill the stand with these pictures, and I wouldn't know the difference. I think I wouldn't know if I was on the cover or not. So it was really, you know, and then next week they have a new person. It's very short-lived.
I'll tell you, where your career has not been.
No, I've had a long career, it's true. And
And
I've enjoyed it, and I enjoy, then when I see people like you, and you're pretty young, you're a lot younger than I am.
well, I'll tell
And you have those old albums, and it's sweet, thank you.
And you know what? Since this is such a great piece, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make them tune in
You're going to show it on,
tomorrow, the rest of the week, to see the rest of our conversation
all right, well,
with the great Lily Tomlin.
thank you, Scott. Thank you a lot, my great pleasure.
Of all of the TV and movie stars in the world, in the history of the world, this man is my all-time favorite. Henry Winkler. What a thrill it is to talk to you, Henry.
Well, I want to say it is a pleasure to be here at your job, because a lot of time I get to see you and your beautiful family at my job.
As we always come and cheer you on wherever you are. Henry, I told you this in Chicago a couple of weeks ago in person, but I want to tell you in front of all of our viewers, I thank you so much for your kindness to my family, to my wife and little girl, and for your friendship over the years. You mean so much to us, and I just thank you so much.
Well, let me just say, in this particular case, it's really easy because you have a fabulous family. Your wife and your daughter are open, and they are warm. And so it's really easy to finish off that circle.
To get the television network RFD TV, the most popular show on that network is this one, Larry's Country Diner, and the gal who is responsible for making that show so popular is live in our studio. Nadine, welcome to
Hello,
our
Scott.
WA&D studios.
I'm here. What's your other two wishes?
Nadine is going to be on stage tonight in B-Men at the B-Men Country Opry.
I am.
And are you looking forward to that? You're
I
starting
am
your...
looking forward to it. I'm starting my career at a late age, but, you know, they say, you know, everybody gets better with age, and so I'm about to reach magnificence, so I thought I'd just come on down here and start it right here.
and you're starting really the world tour, the Nadine World Tour in
starts
B-Men.
right here at B-Men.
Wow, you know what? We have spared no expense. Usually at the diner on RFD, Miss Renee, the waitress, brings you some pie and some coffee. And take a look at what we have. We have a surprise for you.
Here's
Renee. All the way from Nashville, Tennessee.
And she
Miss
knows,
Renee.
She knows when I'm getting a sugar low.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
She came all the way from Nashville just for that right there.
She did.
2 seconds, and look at that cup.
This is my own mug, personal mug right here.
Wow.
But you can have yours too, so just come on out and see us.
And you brought your Bible and everything.
I brought my Bible. This can be used as a defense weapon, physically or mentally.
Really?
I can use that. It's a pretty big Bible. Not too many people have one of those anymore.
Yeah, that's a heavy duty one.
That's the first edition right there.
Yeah, it is. Now,
it is.
Before you dig in there, let's get a full body shot, just so everybody can appreciate your pocketbook there. And
my fashion statement, my number one question is, can I nap in it? And so you guys come on out if y'all want. Look,
they're almost down to the hose there. They're
Yes.
almost down to the. Yeah, I don't think we could go that low, but that's okay.
No, most people couldn't go that low. Well, I'm telling you what, Scott, I have enjoyed this. I really do think you could talk a dog down off a meat wagon myself.
Really?
You're a good talker. I'm telling you.
Thank you very
I think
much.
you could probably outdo me a little bit.
Well, we'd make a good team, I think.
I think we could. I think we could.
You know, all the big stars, Madonna, Cher, they go by one name, and Nadine, you kind of do the same.
That's it. I know it. And that's what I'm headed for. Lady Gaga ain't got nothing on me.
So you're in B-Men now. You do a lot of church work too. I mean,
I do some church work.
You work on the bulletins, don't you?
I do. I work on the bulletins, and they took me off of that. They fired me from that, so now I'm working on the church sign out front.
Oh, really?
And I get some pretty good church signs up there.
Do you remember one?
Well, one of them was, you think hell's hot. You know, in the summertime, we did one of those. You think hell's hot? Well, look at here. Let's see. What's another one? We've done some good ones.
None come to mind right
if
now.
Evolution is true, then women would have 3 arms. Mothers would have 3 arms. That's another one.
Wow.
I don't believe in evolution, but that's what I put on there.
Nadine at the B-Men Country Opry, she is sold out tonight. You can't get a ticket for tonight.
You can look in the windows, but you can't come in.
But you can get a ticket for tomorrow night. $12.50 in advance, $15 at the door, 7 p.m. There's the phone number, 877-6499. B-Men Country Opry. Tomorrow night, get your ticket. Tonight, you can look into windows,
That's right.
as you say. Look in
Look
the
in the
windows.
windows.
We're going to let you finish your coffee and
Well,
pie
I appreciate that, Scott. Thank y'all for having me.
You want to take us? It's pretty tough, right?
I tell you what, we'll be right back.
Nadine.